Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to play with this brand new Natasha Denona palette, and this is the mini nude palette. I am not going to open it because when it arrived, this little shade here was broken, but you can sort of get an idea of what the palette looks like. We are going to be playing with this babe today. Before we begin with the video, however, I would love to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and be sure to add me on all of my other social media platforms. I will link my handles down below. Yes, we're playing with the Natasha Denona palette, but I did want to include some skincare within this video just to give you an idea of the products that I am currently using. So I'm going to begin with one of the products that made it into my 2018 best of. This is the Murad Hydrating Toner. My skin isn't feeling dry or tight. I'm just gonna tap that into the skin, which I absolutely love to do. Next, I've been loving this serum. This is by Bare Minerals and it is the Skin Longevity Vital Power Infusion. It is recommended that you do 2 pumps over the entire face and neck. I usually do about 1, and I find that this is very hydrating. And I just kind of like to massage it in an upward motion and maybe just tap it into the skin. Next, for moisturizer, I'm going to go into another product that made it into my 2018 best of skincare. This is the Murad Nutrient Charged Water Gel. Since I emptied out my Drunk Elephant Proteiny Polypeptide Cream, I have been using this all over again. Typically just use it during the day. This has 5 minerals, 5 vitamins, and 5 peptides that will strengthen, lock in moisture, and really plump and smooth the skin. So we're already looking a little bit glowy. For an eye cream, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Skin Longevity Vital Power Eye Gel Cream. That is what she looks like. This is super lightweight. I feel like it was really deep puffing and brightening, especially when I was really sick. I'm still kind of recovering from that. The air quality in LA today is really, really bad, so my eyes were like itchy and just really puffy this morning. So I like to just work a little bit of that into the orbital bone and massage it in inward motions. This doesn't make my concealer or my makeup do anything funky. It's got a gel-like texture to it, so it's very lightweight. So I have been really liking this. When I feel like my eyes feel a little bit more sensitive, I go ahead and grab this morning or evening. For sunscreen and some protection and hydration, more hydration of course, I'm going to do a cocktail using the Murad Multivitamin Infusion Oil, D-Bronzi, and Green Screen. So I'm going to do about that much sunscreen because I'm just covering the face. And then D-Bronzi, I'm going to do like 2 drops. So that much. Do 2 drops of multivitamin infusion oil. I'm gonna mix that all together. That's what that looks like. That is what we have so far. I'm gonna do a little Laneige lip sleeping mask while we work on the face. I do not know exactly what look I will be creating today, but I may just actually use both of these in conjunction with, of course, the ColourPop Full Zip. I will try to use all 5 shades here, which are just beautiful, beautiful neutrals. And I don't want to take a risk and have this little guy fall off, so I'm not gonna We will start by using the ColourPop No Filter concealer as a base for my shadow. And I will work that into the skin with a beauty blender. I'm also all out of tape, so I'll probably just be taking a cotton round and cleaning off the edges here when we are all set and done. So I'm gonna start with ColourPop's Yes Place palette and dipping into the shade Full Zip here with a Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. And I'm just placing that over the brow bone. And next I'm gonna dip into the shade, I think it's Coin, this little guy here. And I'm gonna use the same brush, the Sigma E40, and that will be our first kind of transition shade. Tap in there lightly. That is how much eyeshadow I have in the brush. And I'm gonna work that into the crease in windshield wiper motions. Dip in there one more time, tapping off the excess. That is a pretty shade. And then no issues as far as patchiness. It is just blending really smoothly into the eye. Starting off with just a light wash of color and then building. So I think I've got the desired intensity. Next, I am going to take this ColourPop brush. Looks like this. And I'm gonna dip into this shade. I don't even know what, but I'm dipping into this shade with that ColourPop brush. And I'm gonna focus that into the outer corner. Again, we're gonna start very lightly. Blend those two shades together. And when I'm buffing these two shades together, I'm not picking any additional shadow on the E40. I'm just kind of blending that in circular motions. I think that's what I want, so I'll repeat the steps on the other side here. Okay, so this is what you should have so far. Just kind of really smoked out outer crease and some of the lash line as well. I'm gonna dip into the broken shadow here, which could be, it's very hard to tell with these shades like what they are exactly as far as like their names. I'm gonna try first with this ColourPop flat shader. I'm gonna tap that into, wow, that is pretty. Hoping that is translating. That is super pretty. The shadow is literally falling apart on the pan. What a beautiful shade. Just building on that intensity here. So next I am going to take the other glittery shade, which could be dipping into this shade here. This is the shade that I just put on my eyelid and it is beautiful. And I'm just gonna blend or kind of melt these two shades together. Oh, I think I should have done the other way. We're gonna marry those two shades together. I'm gonna take the Morphe E36 here and I'm gonna dip into the middle shade here of this palette, this shade here, Lumino, I think. And I'm gonna work that into the inner corner. We're gonna marry this and the other, both of these shades together. cute. I think I should have kind of flipped these two shades. I thought this little guy was going to be much darker, but I could go back with that matte shade and build on that intensity later on after I'm done with the full face. So this is what you should have so far. So far I'm really liking this palette. I'm gonna take a little bit of the hydrating toner and just kind of clean this corner up. We'll move on to the rest of the face. We're really glowy today, which is exactly the look that I'm going for. That is why I added the Murad MultiVitamin Infusion oil drops to my sunscreen and foundation and the D-Bronzi. So let's use my favorite combo, Makeup Forever Ultra HD and Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. I'm going to blend those two foundations into the skin with a beauty blender. I will be concealing with the Born This Way multi-use sculpting powder, which I've been loving. I'm going to set the concealer with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. You guys have seen me use this quite a bit in the recent months and it's been a favorite. To add a little bit more dimension to the complexion, I'm going to highlight the forehead and the chin here with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And the shade is not as light as the Born This Way. This is in the shade medium, and the the Born This Way multi-use sculpting powder, I have it in the shade Natural Beige. I am going to do my brows off camera. I will not be doing a bold brow today. I just want to keep it a little bit natural. So I'm just going to be using my ColourPop Brow Boss in dark brown, and I'm going to be using the Benefit Gimmie Brow. I have the shade 5 and I got this in a Sephora play box and I'm loving this so much. But I do kind of want to try the Milk Makeup one. Have you guys tried that? If you have, let me know in the comments down below. Alrighty, so much for not doing a bold brow today. I just used the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil. How did they turn out so bold? Okay, so I think I am going to do the lower lash line. I am loving this look, by the way. I'm gonna dip into this matte shade here and I'm gonna work that into the lower lash line. And I brought the shade close to the inner corner, but not all the way. And then I will work this little guy into the outer lower lash line. Just gonna work that into the outer corner of the lower lash line. I just actually got this in the mail because I want to make my eyes look bigger in 2019. But this is the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in Honeydew. And it is nude. So I'm going to use that in the lower lash line. Do we look proud? Do my eyes look bigger? For $7. These eyeliners are pretty good. To finish off the eye look, I am going to use my small pencil brush and I'm gonna dip into this shade here and use that into the lower inner corner. This could be like the perfect inner corner shade. I'm gonna do a mascara and lashes off camera. Forgot to hit record on this, you guys. I'm so sorry. I used the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer to bronze the skin. I'll kind of repeat what I did, but I took it on the Sigma large angled contour brush and I focused it primarily here, and then I brought it in a little because I didn't want to use blush. And then I did the same here for this side. And then I did add some here along the hairline for some more dimension. For highlight, I did use the Dose of Colors Desi Katie collab in the shade Fuego, and I applied that over the cheekbones with the Morphe R36. Take a little bit more and I'll just apply it here over the highest points of the cheeks. I did apply some here on upper lip, chin, and over the brows. For lips, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Luxe Lip Stick in What's Your Sign? And we're going to set with the MAC Fix Plus. Alrighty, and that is the final look. I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. Of course, ignoring the fact that it was broken when it got here. I love the look that I was able to create. It's like bronzy, very luminous skin. I'm living for this look. I will be sure to include swatches here. Hopefully by then I will know exactly what shade is what. This is the shade Coin, which is a metallic gold coppery shade. This is the shade Soil, which is a medium transition shade. Loved using this in the crease. It's a beautiful shade that blends very easily. And this is the shade Lumino, which is the one I used in the inner corner. It's a beautiful, very shimmery shade. So pretty. Next we have Bronzage, which is my favorite shade within the palette. Has a little bit of a flip, which I'm not sure the camera can capture. But this is a Chroma Crystal Light Copper. Beautiful. This here is the shade Sienna, which is a matte terracotta kind of shade. You'll probably see a lot of glitter on the hand. Oops. And this is the entire palette just swatched here on the inside of my arm. Again, this is my favorite color. So pretty. How good does this eyeshadow or eye look? How good does this eye look? I've just really been enjoying these Natasha Denona minis. I have yet to pull the trigger on that gold palette though, which, you know, I really want to get it, and I feel like I will soon. But in the meantime, let me know what you guys think of the look down below, and do have a look at this palette. I mean, it retails for $25. I think it's a good bang for your buck, especially if you love neutral shades. This would be a great kind of everyday eyeshadow palette. I loved all of the shades, especially this one, the broken one. Really loved it. So yeah, that does it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. if the camera is crooked or the walls are crooked.